highly opinionated topic that is beginning to resurface is whether or not college athletes should be paid or not. Athletes have become increasingly frustrated over the fact that they have generated their schools millions and millions of dollars of revenue over the fact that they have not received any additional pay to their scholarships.
Joe Nocera from Should College Athletes Be Paid states, athletes have become frustrated about not receiving any additional compensation for the money their talents provide for their schools.
Schools generate millions and millions of dollars each year from endorsement deals, sponsorships, TV contracts, and jersey sales. But what do the athletes get? Nothing. Some athletes are even beginning to express the struggle that they have to be able to provide for their friends and family who are in need, but they can't be able to provide because as a D1 athlete, you are unable to have a working job outside of school. Critics are also saying that it's pretty much impossible to be able to pay each and every single student athlete in the United States. There's over thousands and thousands of athletes in the United States, and it's just pretty much impossible to be able to pay them all. The NCAA offers over millions of dollars each year in athletic scholarships. Athletic scholarships include anywhere from tuition, room and board, and everything else involved in school. So why should all college athletes be paid? That is why, in my personal opinion, I think college athletes should not be paid.
Adam Silver, who was the current commissioner for the National Basketball Association, had this to say about whether college athletes should be paid or not.
Getting a scholarship is very much the equivalent of being paid. I mean, we all know the price of an education right now at these schools, it's $50,000, $60,000 in certain cases, plus living costs. So that scholarship in itself is a form of a payment. On top of that, for these top athletes, that they're offered traveling on charter planes.
Even the commissioner for the highest paid professional sport in the world believes that college athletes should not be paid because he believes that scholarships is more than enough compensation for student athletes. On the other hand, Bob Williams from Should College Athletes Be Paid or Not states, one major concern that universities have about paying college athletes is, if schools had to pay football and men's basketball players, they might not be able to afford athletic programs that does not make as much money, such as track or lacrosse. One other reason why I believe that college athletes should not be paid is because student athletes should be focusing on school. Student comes before athlete, and if you can't pass, you can't play. Len Elmore, who is a Knight Commission member, also thinks that education should be more of a focus point for athletes, rather than receiving payments for playing their respective sport.
Do we need to just pay these kids?
I would hope not. And the reason is pay for play devalues education.
I agree.
In my opinion. The reason is when you look at these nefarious transactions that are going on, I guarantee you not one word of education was mentioned.
Another main concern that I have is if the NCAA were to pay athletes, how would they go about paying each athlete? Would they pay the more talented players more money, or would they pay each athlete the same amount of money? Would you want to pay athletes that play like this? Or would you rather pay athletes who play like this? It is for all of these reasons why I stand behind my opinion on why college athletes should not be paid. Now it's your turn, the viewers. In the comments down below, I want you all to tell me if you think college athletes should be paid or not, and why. Thank you all for watching.